Jen, what do you love to do so much you would only stop at a sheer exhaustion? Otherwise, you would continue on indefinitely because it gives you energy.
Learning new things. I could probably do that forever. Just absorbing and learning new things. I like to dabble in languages.
Yeah.
Right now I'm working on Korean, but I've studied German and Mandarin and Spanish.
When you say that you like learning new things, would you say that any of them have to do with like learning how to do something physically? So like learning how to do a backflip or learning how to row a boat.
I'm not as much of a physical person. I was when I was younger. I was like in gymnastics and dance and stuff like that. And I still like to do that stuff, but now it's more mental things. So I tend to do more of that stuff, but I'm kind of fascinated to learn everything, but now it's just kind of more in the mental stuff. When I'm around groups of people, not large groups of people, but small classes, I'm usually pretty outgoing and fun. And I like helping people and stuff like that.
How would your clients describe you?
For the tarot?
Yeah.
Or see, I'll probably quote what my husband would say. Because he says people say that I'm really helpful, but at the same time very mysterious, but also really friendly.
Yeah. What's behind your mystery?
Gosh, I don't know. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know. I'm social, but I'm not social, I guess. So like I give off this kind of like I don't give it all. Like people, there's still some stuff that I'm holding back, but yet I do kind of approach things in a positive, friendly kind of way. So maybe that's why. I don't know.
Would you say that you're someone that's usually aware of your surroundings, or?
Yes, a lot. I'm an observer. So even if I'm in a more friendly or social mood, I will usually just at some point just check the room out, see what's going on. I observe the environment, like what's in the environment as well as like the people in it. And I pick up on like when people are not okay and they're hiding something or something like that.
What rules you more, your head or your heart?
My head.
Yeah. No hesitations?
No hesitations.
What makes you say that?
Because like I said, I'm a thinker usually in most situations. Even though I am sensitive and I do have a lot of emotions that I keep within, I always approach every situation with thought. Like, how am I going to solve this problem? Or how am I going to help this person? Or is this going to help my day? Or, you know what I mean? I still have emotions about it, but I typically don't think the emotions are going to be all that helpful. So I just kind of keep them in and try to figure out how I'm going to get through whatever it is. I just approach things more from a logical, practical, rational thing that I don't know. To me, like when people get overly emotional, I actually kind of get like I feel really uncomfortable and I don't understand like why that person's getting so overly emotional. Like, obviously there's certain moments that I understand that, but like when I don't feel like there's any real reason why this person should be overly emotional, I'm just kind of like, no.
That is extremely helpful. Thank you.
What types were you considering before our session?
I've taken the test many years ago, and I was on the border between an F and a T, like almost like 50%, like 51%, I think. But it was like IN, and then that letter was like in the 50, and then it was J.
I think a lot of people who believe that they're INFJ are actually ENFJ, because when you compare the two on the internet, they make them seem like so many like worlds apart. And like from my experience, but I've like done a lot of profiling sessions with ENFJs that like claim like, no, I'm an introvert because I like alone time and I actually do think through things. Whereas like on the internet, they'll make ENFJs a lot of times seem like they're very impulsive and stuff like that, which there's a lot of reasons behind that. Because I think like there's just this whole domino effect of like, ESFPs get typed as ENFJs, and they're usually like quote unquote impulsive ones. But because they have charisma, and if they're like smart and and intellectual, it's like, well, then you can't be an ESFP. You're too smart, so you must be an ENFJ. And then the real ENFJs see the ESFPs, and they're like, oh, I'm not an ENFJ. Then I must be an INFJ. And the INFJs see the ENFJs, and they're like, oh, then I'm an INTJ. It's just this whole thing. And the INTJs see the INFJs like, okay, I just don't believe in type. Yeah.
また夜が明ければ